Well, an absolutely fantastic good evening to everyone. I hope you can see my oh whoa, come on, John. Oh, my rosette there. I'll just take my banner off. Look at that baby. I'll be proudly wearing that, I tell you, over the next month or so. Well, whenever I go out to do anything to do with my party, I'll be wearing this. Proud. I mean, I've only had, there's only other one rosette that I've still got, Britain first one, but look at that baby. Look at that baby. I hope everybody's all right. Good evening, Sarah. Yeah, but Sarah, you can apply for a postal vote, and you can apply up to the 18th of April. Now, I can send you the link to print one off, and you just got to hand it in at your elections office. Or if you go up with a photo, a passport size photo, you'll get a slip that you can use on voting day if you go to your elections office, your local elections office. So you can still sign up for a postal vote. The form's dead easy. Name, date of birth, sign in the box, hand it in, and you'll get your postal vote after the 18th of April. So no worry. Thank you, John. Thank you. Yes, Craig. It is better to go in person. I do think so. And I mean, going forward, there's going to be, there's other parties that have got that have got issues with postal voting. Not just, not me, not our party, but other party manifestos and policies on postal voting. And they want to only postal vote to those who cannot get to the thing. You're not just everybody who's able-bodied, but that's other. But anyway, it's the Oldham elections. The Oldham elections. There's 201 candidates, and 37% of them are like not English names, Mahmood and stuff like that. There is a couple who may be Polish origin and stuff like that, but again, so 37% are Muslims, mainly Pakistanis and Bangladeshis. There's 201 running in total, which gives 75 people who Pakistani or Bangladeshi, 136 everyone else. And I consider that most of them 136 are mainly white English. Maybe some might have Polish ethnicity in them and stuff like that. But yes, but I mean, it's really disappointing. Fails with independence. Fails with independence. Just so disappointing it is. I just can't. I can't say how disappointed I am with fails with independence. Started up 3 years ago, one candidate, got up to 5. They're not even running 6 candidates. Let's see what they're running. So I've got the election list up. Right, so fails with East. Just 3 independents running in fails with East. 2 Labour Party, 1 Lib Dem and a Conservative. Why? Why is there only like 1 and 2 Labour? Is because they know they've lost that ward to the Failsworth Independents. But let's roll down to Failsworth West. There's only 1 running in Failsworth West and not 3. So they have 5 councillors. So the most they can get now is 4 councillors. Really disappointed. Really disappointed with Failsworth Independents. I am. They was on form to get the 6th. Good evening, everyone. Arlene, Peter, Craig, John, Sarah. Really disappointed. Failsworth Independents are only running 4 candidates instead of 6. Just absolutely disappointing, that. Hollingwood. 1 Liberal Democrat, 2 Conservative, 3 Conservative, 3 Labour. Me and 2 Independents, both called Whitehead. So they're probably partners or whatever. But that's running. It's going to be interesting because there is going to be a lot more votes. The Labour woman, Anna Roberts, got in with 900 votes. Well, got in with 900 votes. It's going to be very interesting to see how many votes the winner gets in with. And it's going to be less because the 2 Independents and me are going to get votes. We are going to definitely get votes. So it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see. So throughout all the wards, the running Labour's, let's just have a look at Coldest ward. You won't believe it. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 running. 17 running. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 independents. And one of them is the current Montaz Ali Azad, who won with over 2,000 votes as an independent. And I'll tell you what, this guy was going round. This is what he said. This is what he said to people when he were knocking on the doors. So my nephew's called Siam. So he comes up one day and I'm talking. Oh, yeah, he knocked on my door, Montaz Ali Assad, or knocked on my mate's door because his best mate lives down there. And he just said to him, if you vote for anybody else here, you're not going to get nothing because they'll only help the section of the community. If you vote for me, it's going to be different. That's what he said at the door. Now, if a white person would have said that on the opposite side, it'd have been all over the national news and paper. But that's what he said. Besides that, Montaz Ali Assad got convicted of being a director, got knocked off being a director of a company that was hiring illegal workers while he was in the Labour Party. And while he was in the Labour Party, they didn't do nothing for over 12 months on 3 Labour Party members who had things against them. But he's gone independent now. And he won the Coldest ward with over 2,000 votes. It's one of the most voting wards in Oldham. I'll just get up. Just one sec. So the Coldest ward, Montaz Ali Assad got in with 2,075 votes. And in that ward, in last May, just over 4,000 people voted, which is really good for a percentage in a ward. The second place, Labour Party, got 1,868 votes. And Labour that's been a staunch Labour ward for for dozens of years, guys, but got lost to an independent the last day. And there's a good chance that Montaz Ali Assad will win it again. He knows everybody in the area. He served as a Labour councillor in that area in the past, so he's well known. Now, when I met him, I asked why in his ward had they allowed 2 semi-detached houses, family houses, allowed them to be turned into a mosque. This is in Oldham Town Centre. A few people pulled the face and I went, we're in an housing crisis. No one has got anywhere to live yet. You've got time to give 2 semi-detached, perfect family houses over to some kind of mosque thing. Honestly, you just couldn't make it up in Oldham how stupid they are. How stupid they are. Obviously, a mosque comes before housing people. And the thing is, it's Pakistanis who ain't got houses. Yeah, you just couldn't make it up in Oldham how backwards the council works and how biased they are. The Coliseum Theatre has closed down, and no one said this, but it's too white for Oldham. That's the Coliseum Theatre is too white for Oldham. Send some it's a nominations menu, if that's what you mean. And good evening, Sensum. Thank you for chopping in. So so let's go back to so that's the coldest ward. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 people. There's only one that's not English, Liberal Democrats, Rachel Pendlebury. I wouldn't even bother if I were even running. Now, South Chadderton. Let's get to South Chadderton. So South Chadderton, Robert Barnes. Oh, I think it comes under Chadderton South. Chadderton South. So this was a Root Shah seat, and Robert Barnes beat her to it. There's no Robert Barnes running. Robert Barnes for the Conservative Party is not running in South Chadderton. I wonder why that is. Now, I don't know why he's not running, but there is a serving male councillor, Oldham councillor, up for charges of rape, or he's been arrested in involving rape. We haven't given his name. I can't say whether it's Robert Barnes or not, but Robert Barnes is not running in South Chadderton, and he won the seat off Arut Shah. Who is running is Warren Bates. So I'm going to be phoning Warren, see if he knows why Robert Barnes isn't running. But that's a shock, that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, that is a shock. That is an absolute shock to the system. No Robert Barnes, Conservative candidate, running in South Chadderton. I wonder why. So where's Arut Shah running? Where is Arut Shah running? St Mary's, where I live. Whoa! St Mary's. There's a good chance that my next candidate for National Housing Party will be a St Mary's candidate and will be wanting votes from St Mary's. Let's have a look at the election results in May. just over 2,000 people voted, and that's a ward with 5,000 or more voters. And this is where I've been, where a lot of my friends and a lot of my family's been brought up. So hopefully we'll be getting a candidate in St Mary's ward on the next election. Yeah, so interesting. So National Housing Park, we've got a candidate in South Gloucester, Doddington, Callum, nominated, Gary Burgin, the Wirral, nominated, and John.lawwrence, Oldham, nominated. So we're all running in the elections. We've all got our leaflets. If anyone would like to help over this week and next week, I can get a lot of time off because the kids are off school, so Shania can come up. So if anyone wants to help, get in contact with me. You can email me or phone me up. My emails are, my numbers are. We also, if you can help in Bristol, get in contact, email Pat McGinnis. And if you can help in the Wirral, Birkenhead area, the Wirral, email me or Pat or the admin, and we'll get back to you. But Oldham, South Gloucester, and the Wirral. So we've got 3 candidates running. So this will be our 7th candidate election. Pat's done 2. This will be my 3rd. And then we've got another 2 people running. So that's 7 in a year so far. And hopefully we can double up that every year. We can double up that. But yeah, I'm disappointed with the amount of independents that are running in Oldham. And this is to Oldhamers, this. Anyone watching this and you're from Oldham, where is everyone? Nobody's standing up. Nobody's standing up. You should stand up we should have independents or independent parties in every single ward. But we haven't. I think it's pretty disappointing, me. Some wards have been purposely left out because they might think they're not going to get a vote. Northern Art UK have got 5 or more candidates in. Northern Art, I'm sure he ran against me in my last election. Let me just check. Yeah, Rob Vance, Northern Heart UK, got 67 votes, and I got 174 votes on that election. So and I know he's running because I've seen his name. Definitely seen his name. I have seen his name. He's running somewhere else. So St Mary's is up. Arut Shah's running under the Labour Party. I just hope she comes round and I see her around here knocking on doors. So they'll soon be running off if I see the Labour lot round here. I have to keep my eyes open. If you're from Oldham as well and you know when there's any hustings, or meetings, local meetings, let us know we're at whichever area, and I'm coming down. I'm going to ask them difficult questions that they won't answer. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask the Labour candidate, what's the definition of a woman? So I said to the Labour candidate, see what they say. So Ruth Shah's running in St Mary's. When she first ran in St Mary's, she did well, and she got a campaign off her own community, not white people, off her own community, which sort of like painted her that she slept her way to the top. Her own community, ladies and gentlemen, not white people. If it had been white people, they'd have been arrested, convicted of charges. But because it was her own community and they don't want to upset the other Labour candidates, nothing ever got done. And that's why I'm standing up to be a councillor in Oldham, because I'm not taking any of that bullshit in the runnings of our council, that when someone's of a different colour, nobody does nothing. But if it had been white people against her, it'd have been World War III. And a car got firebombed, which was off, again, her own community. Nothing. And at the beginning, when a car got firebombed, you had people like Neil Wilby and other media people, far right. It was their own community. It was their own community. Nobody white. It was their own community. This is what we put up with in Oldham. And the thing is, I wouldn't get involved if things would get done. If the people who went on the campaign against her were held to account, who were other Labour Party members, were held to account, then I wouldn't be running in the election. But they're never held to account because they get a free pass because they're a minority community, and Labour love minority communities. And obviously, through that, everything's divided in Oldham. It's not my fault. It's nothing to do with the far right. It's nothing to do with anybody like that. It's to do with the Oldham Council and the appeasement to a section of minority community that gets everything. Remember, the year after the Oldham Bradford riots, there was £9 million given out in grants and things like that for all Muslim community. And at the same year, just 150 grand for people who are white. So, you know, I don't blame anyone for holding any animosity when the council continued to do this. And the last council meeting, a councillor stepping down, and they had a big speech about him, about the Oldham riots. Oh, he was a pillar that he sorted it out. No mention of Gavin Hopley's racist murder the year after. Not one mention of that stinking council about that murder. You know, and it's gone down in history as nothing, just brush it under the carpet. Well, you know what? Well, my first speech at the council, I'm going to mention Gavin Hopley. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mention Gavin Hopley. You just couldn't make it up. The villainy, the two-face of this council. And if any of you wondering why Coliseum Theatre has been shut down, it's too white. There's no money for Coliseum Theatre. Remember, the council would rather give money to people who go live on telly and say there could be riots in Oldham. The council give money to people who have private schools where the kids don't learn English properly. That's what our council does. So the Coliseum Theatre is too white for Oldham. That's off Big John. You won't hear that off anybody else in Oldham, but that is the truth. It's too white for Oldham. And no matter what Christopher Eccleston and all them other people think they're going to do, they're not going to do nothing. It's too white for Oldham. That's what it is. The Coliseum Theatre in Oldham is just too white for the damn place. It's just never gonna do anything. Too white, too white. Right, I just want to get on my main Facebook profile now. I just had to post that on Facebook. I've just put the link up and just typed in the Coliseum Theatre is too white for Oldham. And it is, ladies and gents. I'm not gonna hide behind things. I'm not gonna say something different when I'm not gonna lie, but the Coliseum Theatre is too white for Oldham. All they want in that town centre is chicken shops and barbers and foreign shops. All they want in town centre. The market's practically non-existent. There's lots of stalls have shut down in the inside market. Shops are shutting down. They're making HMOs. They're kicking shops out. Remember the fishing shop that's being kicked out, made way for an HMO. So the Coliseum Theatre is too white for Oldham. Honestly, you just couldn't make it up. So yeah, so let's have a look at some of the far out wards, Saddleworth and all that. Wearmouth. One person who's like probably white, Keith Pendlebury. Waterhead. Oh, there he is, Rob Vance, Northern Art, running in Waterhead. They've got a good chance. I think he's from up there, but they've got a good chance. And I can see why they've gone for Waterhead. And I'd like a candidate up there, but I can see. So there's 3 of them in Waterhead. They're just, Northern Art doing a lot better than Fields of Independence, I'll tell you that. St. James, that's Durka. So Amoy Lindo, independent. She's running. She's ran a couple of elections. She even ran in the 2019 general election to be Member of Parliament. So Amoy's out. And I think she'll be getting... Her votes have been going up from her first election. I think she's done 2 local elections, but she's increased the vote share every time. And she's a business owner in Oldham. She runs a Caribbean food takeaway shop. And she learned the cooking skills off her mum, I think. But yeah, so good luck to Amoy. Pride of Oldham and Saddleworth group have gone now. She's just running as an independent. They broke up. Because we have too many people with egos in Oldham. And a lot of these groups and parties, you're getting people in on them who've been in the Labour Party or been in the Conservative Party. It's not what you want to do. You want to get a fresh candidate up. Everyone we'll have in our party will be fresh people. We're not just going to take on an ex-Conservative person, because that's why your little parties, your UKIPs and all that have struggled, because of the kind of people who get in them. And them ex-Labour Party and Conservative members, they're the ones who are the crooks, the thieves. They've already, if you've spent 20 years in Labour Party, you well know how to cover things up. And these independent groups have had in people who've been in other parties. No good. You're not lasted, none of you. You know what I mean? Fields of Independence, where are you? I looked up at you lot as like a bit of a humph and like doing well, but no, you're not even running 5 candidates, not even running 6 candidates. What a waste. What a waste. That's why you should be voting for, join and run for the National Housing Party, the no-nonsense party. We're not going to be politically correct, and we're going to say how it is. And 90% of the people I've talked to in this 12 months agree 100% with everything that's on my leaflets. So vote for me. That's what you want to do. National Housing Party. If you're new to elections and you're in these other parties, get out of them and join mine. You'll find it a lot better. A lot better, because we don't have the egos in the parties. We don't have these selfish, ignorant Oldhamers who think they know everything, but they can't do nothing. Honestly, I'm disappointed with the amount of people who are running. I am. And it doesn't matter in Coldest if it's full of Bangladeshis. Someone should be running there from one of the other parties. There's still votes you're going to get. You could run in Coldest, and I reckon I could get you 200 votes just taking you around to houses if you running Coldest. It's a way off 2,000, but it's more votes, less votes for them, and more votes for the independents. So really interesting. I'd like to know why Robert Barnes isn't running in South Chad. I want to know what's going on with the Fails of Independent Party. They're not lasting. They're breaking up, man. They should have had 6 candidates running and got 6 places. But no. And I know that they've been falling out with each other. I've been kept informed. So it's unbelievable. Yeah, you're right, James. They did. They certainly did tell you what. Yeah, it definitely is a far right's fault for telling us everything that's going on now 30 years ago. You're right. They did. It's definitely, it's unbelievable. But guys, it's the Oldham elections. If you can help me, get in contact with me. My number's there. Email me. If you can help in Bristol or the Wirral, get in contact with us. Please, come on. Let's get something. We've got a month now. Let's get some feet on the ground and get some leaflets out, get knocking on doors, talking to people. If you need a postal vote, let me know. If you're in Oldham. If you have a printer and stuff like that, I can just send you the piece of paper to print off. Fill it in, hand it in at the elections office in Oldham, in the town centre, up at the civic centre. That big car park right next to it, next to the Queen Elizabeth Hall. At the bottom, there's a door there. Elections, land charges and something else. Just press the election bell and I'm just sheeting. And I've been there 3 times in the past few days, and there's people going in all the postal voting sheets, asking, getting the IDs sorted out for them and stuff like that if they haven't got one. But yeah, it's the Oldham elections, ladies and gentlemen. It's an exciting time. It's my third election in 12 months. I am knackered. And I mean, Pat's left me alone a lot. Otherwise, I'd have to be more involved in the website. But he's done all that because I've had 3 elections. He did 2 elections, but he just signed up for one and didn't do no door knocking or get any leaflets out. I put leaflets out all year. Last election, I did some in the mid. After that, I've done more. I've got some now. So he's left me alone while I've done 3 elections, and it's been tiring. I wish I'd not done 3 elections. I wish I'd done 2, but it's just so tiring. But yeah, there's not as many independents as I thought would be running. But again, if you want to get involved in our party, just message us. And if you're in Oldham, you don't. I mean. You in the local elections, you don't even have to knock on doors if you don't want to, but you can still run as a candidate. And what you'll find out is if you know people where you live, you'll get votes even without a leaflet. Phoning them up, your best mate will live round corner. Listen, I'm thinking of running as a candidate. Will you vote for me? Yeah, I will. He'll tell his other mates. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. But anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. It's at the election time. So the big things is what's happening with Fails with Independent Party, what's happening with Proud of Oldham and Saddleworth. I think they're called Oldham Independents now. Why is Robert Barnes not running in South Chadderton? Why is Robert Barnes not running in South Chadderton? Robert did a smashing speech on the child sexual exploitation when they had the meeting, and I was well impressed with his speech. And in his speech, he said that the review is a whitewash. That's what Robert Barnes said. But he's not running in South Chadderton. I don't know why. Root Shah's running again in St Mary's. And again, I'll just give you the figures. 201 people running for 60 seats. 75 of them Bangladeshi or Pakistani, 136 others, which comes to a 37.3% of the 201 running Bangladeshi or Pakistani. I just thought I'd get some of them percentages out and show you what's in it. Even though Oldham is largely 80% majority white, something like that. I think it's 75 to 80%. It might be a bit less now. But yeah, so interesting days. Absolutely interesting days. But thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. Big John here on a Thursday, National Housing Party. Please sign up to our party. You can donate. We've got a donation link on bottom there, PayPal me/NHPUK. The admin email is also there. But, you know, like, I'm running in elections. I've done 3 elections already. I don't want people supporting people who aren't standing up doing stuff. I think that my power is local elections. That's where I'm going to do the best. Rather than being an activist on this or going to demonstrations, I think my superpower is going to be local elections. That's where I'll make a big change. I mean, I just want to give you an example. 2018, a couple of months after I got stabbed, I started work at this place, and boss of this little section was a woman, and I started coming, and I told her what I did, went on demos and all that lot, and because of the MEN bombing, she went and bought a Quran. She wanted to know what it were all about. She'd never voted in her life or anything. Now, by the time this was 2018, in 2019 local elections, she voted for the first time in her life, and she took 2 daughters and one of their fellas, who were all signed up to her, all out to vote, because she talked to me and she'd never voted in her life. Now, if that isn't a superpower, then I don't know what is. I don't know what is. If that is not a superpower, and that's the power, that's John's superpower, that talking to people and getting them to do the right thing, getting them to stand up. I've got a good track record with it, and I'm just a confident person. But yeah, so she went out voting for the first time in her life and took 2 daughters and one of the daughters' partners out, all voted for the first time in their lives, after talking to me for 2 months. What can I say? And that's just 4 people. And that's just me and 4 people. If I had a chance of talking to 10 people, I might have got all 10 people to vote, 20 people. So we're going to be holding meetings. We haven't done a meeting up here yet. We've done them in London, Bristol, and Wirral. But we're going to do an Oldham meeting definitely after this election. I'll sort something out. We're doing an Oldham meeting. I've asked TKE Media. I've seen him on the other Saturday, and I've asked him to come up and film it. We'll obviously get some footage, and he'll get some footage, and he can put it whatever he wants of it. But I'm asked him to come and film it because I like the lad and he's got the right equipment to do it. So yeah, that'll be up and coming. I've got a lovely summer coming up, and I'm going to be spending a lot of time in Ollins in Limeside. It's my mum's birthday, 2nd of June, and we've been invited down to a garden party that they're having on Lower Lime Road, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget, remember, we're the National Housing Party. You can join. Right, well, go to the website. Let me get the website up. Evening Lodger. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And thank you, James, for being in all the way through. Thank you to the Independent Nationalist Network. Right, well, I'll put the National Housing Party website link up, Craig. And yeah, we would love you to join. Honestly, you've been to meetings already, but yeah, we'd love you to join. And you keep telling me what I'm saying wrong as well, please. I'll never go off at anyone for saying that kind of thing. But yeah, the National Housing Party, we're here. We're here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that baby. Look at that baby. I'll be proudly wearing that tomorrow, I tell you. Woo! But thank you for tuning in, everyone. I'm going now, but Oldham elections. Oh, before I go, so we've got Doddington, where Callum's running. There's only 5 candidates, 2 Conservative, 2 Liberal Democrats, and Callum. And I think he'll get a nice amount of votes, me. The Wirral. The Wirral, Gary, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 candidates running in his ward. Green Party have got 3 candidates. Labour Party have got 3. Conservatives have got 3. Liberal Democrats have got 2. But we've had some feedback already from Gary's ward, so he's definitely getting votes. So that's good. So that'll be interesting to see. It's going to be really interesting on Callum's ward, I think. If people haven't had a change for a long time, there's a good chance he's going to get votes. He's done a good leaflet as well. But yeah, we've got 3 nominations, ladies and gentlemen. South Gloucester, Oldham, and the Wirral. And we're running in elections. Good night, and thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. I know, yeah, Lodger, that's nothing, Lodger. Let me just... you might have missed it already, but let me just go to Coldest ward. Coldest ward, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 candidates. One of them is an English name, all the rest are foreigners. Mark Williams, good evening. And as I said, I've done some percentages. 37% of the candidates, the 201 candidates running at Pakistani or Bangladeshi mainly. There might be other ethnicities in, but certainly not English with names like Mustafa Ahmed. And that's a breakdown of 75 out of the 201 and 136 for the others. But thank you very much. Big John's here. Thank you very much.